and there's snickerdoodles there, and there's some Dr. Joe chocolate chia pudding. So go ahead and get yourself a snack. Let's start loading off, taking some of the stress off, busting stress, and enjoy yourself. And when you get back here, we'll get started, okay? Enjoy. Snacks first, right? Good morning, good morning. See, you get cookies and pudding. Yay, huh? How about that? How about that? So I will give you the recipes to these two desserts. One of the things we're going to talk about is snacking smart. If there's any slide you see here, just grab your phone, take a picture of the slide. It'll last longer, right? Take a picture, it'll last longer. So, are we excited about the holidays? Yes or no?
Yes.
Are they stressful?
Yeah.
Yes. And so let's have fun today talking about stress. And we're going to go deep. I'm really excited about today's message. I'm really excited. Each month we keep unpacking, and I listen to what I want to tell you, what I want to share with you. And I've got so much to share, but sometimes the words just don't come. So every time we get to do this, I feel like we're getting crystal clear on the message that I want you to really grasp from everything we talk about. Because really, when it comes to, okay, broccoli or Snickers bar, which one should you eat, right? Of course, a Snickers bar, because you don't have to wash it, right? And so a lot of stuff, okay, exercise, yes or no. So we know the basics, right? But why don't we do it? Why don't we follow through? Why do we go on a diet and then 6 months later, we're not only back to our weight, but we're even heavier than... Why do we go through this craziness, and why does it even get worse during the holiday season? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a lot of issues behind the issues that we need to fix first. Once we fix that, then everything gets really easy. So that's my goal today about holiday stress busters. Because shouldn't the holidays be fun?
Yes.
Shouldn't this be the happiest time of the year? I mean, that's what all the songs say, right? Well, I don't see that very often, especially if I go to the mall or if I've been driving down I-25. I don't see that. I don't see that right now, okay? And so for those of you who are guests, I'm Dr. Joseph Arvay. I am a Maximized Living doctor. I've been in this location for the last 23 years, been practicing for 25 years. And a lot of the things that we do here help people succeed and win at life, okay? And you're going to hear this new thought process today about a champion. I want you to start thinking about that you're a champion. And so making champions, that's what we do. We make champions. We don't crack backs. We don't fix back pain. We make you a champion. Now, what does that mean? Well, champions, are they healthy?
Yeah.
Do they take care of themselves? Mm-hmm. Do they know how to handle stress in stressful situations? Boy, it sounds like kind of what we all like to have, right? So it's a different approach to what we do. And so this is my team. We are family owned and operated. I am proud to say that. And so each one of these individuals are a champion. This is Rulon Gardner. He's an Olympic champion, and maybe you've seen him on The Biggest Loser and stuff like that. He's a patient here. He trickles in here from time to time. Very big man. If you notice, his arms are like on Grant's neck and on Luke's shoulder, and he's squeezing us like, ah! And so each of these people in this family have a plan for their life. God has a plan for their life. In my eyes, each one of these people are champions, and it's my job to help them get to that top of the mountain, right? But that's what we do here, and that's what we've been doing for the last 23 years. I may not communicate that quite good, but I'm getting gooder at it, all right? This is Jesse. Everybody knows Jesse, right? His goal is to be in the Olympics for judo. He just got back from trips to Chicago and to Dallas, and he basically went like 21-6. 10 times better than he did last year. Why? Because we've been sowing into him on how to be a champion. So this is a factory that makes champions. And none of you are excused or, what's the word? All of you are included in that champion, because I believe each one of you is a champion. Matter of fact, put your hand on your heart and say, I'm a champion.
I'm a champion.
Say it again. Just make sure I'm a champion. Good. Because that's the thing. Because once you believe that, then everything else is easy. Everything else is very easy. Okay? And we'll explain why that is and unpack that. And again, my patients that I take care of are champions, just like you are champions. They've won gold medals in judo. Kayla was the first gold medalist in the United States, and she happened to be female. Good. We take care of, this is D'Artagnan, a visually impaired judo player, took bronze. We were there when the Colorado Rapids won the championship. We were their chiropractors. Again, we have worked with the Bronco Alumni Association. That's me adjusting Tom Jackson right there. And so again, I get to work with a lot of champions and learn a lot of things so I can bring them back to you. Isn't that cool? We're online. This is being videotaped. So when it's all ready to go, we'll put it on Facebook. We'll put it on YouTube and stuff so that you can share it with the world. Because if the world believed they were a champion, then they wouldn't be stressing you out as much, okay? Because you're perfect. It's everybody else that needs help, right? I understand that. And again, by making you champions, what's the end result? Well, we're going to put an end to unnecessary suffering in your life. I mean, if we can bust the holiday stress blues away, then you no longer have to unnecessarily suffer, right? Now, if you were here 15, 20 minutes ago, you saw people necessarily suffering doing the Max T3 workout, right? That was on purpose. They were suffering on purpose. Now, but I am really here today and every day for the rest of my life to help you put an end to unnecessary stress, to unnecessary suffering, because there's way too much of it going on right now, all right? And so, and as you're listening to this, and as you're a guest and you're listening on the internet, why do I teach this? Well, because I've had a lot of success at this. What we do is a solution to all the craziness out there. You know, I mean, and I wanted to put this slide first. When you're in this office and you're becoming a champion and you hang out with me for a very long time, raise your hand if you've been here more than 5 years. Almost 5 years, almost, right? Right? Are going to be here for the next 5, 10, 20 years, right? Well, here's the good news. The longer we follow what we teach here, the longer I try to help you become a champion, guess what happens to your health? Good or bad? Good. It does. And research shows this, right? That chiropractic patients spend only 34% of the national average on health for their health care. So you spend a lot less on your health care than your counterparts who think they're healthy. So your friends who think they're healthy, but they're not getting chiropractic care here, again, not the ones who are like, oh, I've had cancer, the ones who believe they're healthy, right? That you have 50% less medical provider visits than they do, okay? 98% of you consider the care to be consistently and extremely valuable. 60% of you have fewer hospital admissions. And again, these are the people who think they're healthy, right? You're better than they are. 85% less pharmaceutical costs than those who think they're healthy that, well, I just take this because, well, you know, does that make sense? Not the sick folks. Well, of course I'm better. No. Those out there who think they're healthy, who are one step away from heart attack, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, right? Nursing home. You are so far more ahead of them because of coming here. So that gives me the credibility and the right to say, hey, what we're doing is working. What we're doing is producing the results. What we're doing is statistically better than anything else going out there. So that's why this is a champion-making factory. Does that make sense? Because ask my wife. When I put these slides together, I'm like, okay, this has got to make sense. This has got to flow. And I get excited because I'm like, this is it right here. This is it. You can take everything you learned today to the bank. It will deliver you out of the whatever mess you're in and will keep you out of that mess for the rest of your life if you so choose to be that. So, topics to be covered today. How stress makes you gain weight. Will that be okay? Okay. What snacks to always have on hand? Well, snickerdoodles and Dr. Joe Chia pudding, right? How to get the best sleep ever. Would that be okay? Signs you're not getting enough sleep. I mean, sleep is, we underestimate how important it is. And I'll show you a funny slide that shows that. And now, how to not let stress ruin your holidays. I mean, don't raise your hand, but you ever have, like, you know who shows up to your house, and you do the best you can to bite your tongue, and all of a sudden it just blows up. And now, how do we even get here? And it's like, now you're not going to see them for another year or whatever, you know. and things like that. So how can you be a peacemaker and a peacekeeper even when you know who shows up to your house, right? Or you have to go to that party, you know who's there, right? Okay, so ever feel that way? Does this describe your holidays for you? I don't know. I don't know where you're at, okay? But I saw that picture, I go, there's days I feel like that. Yeah, yep. And the thing is, you're not alone, okay? Say to yourself, I'm not alone. No. You're not alone. And so what are some holiday stresses? You know, what stresses you? Time for some reflection. Like, really, what is it? And maybe nothing stresses you. I don't know. This is kind of, I just kind of want to get into our thinking process. Well, what worries you? And if usually nothing stresses you or worries you, why now? Why in December? January, November, it doesn't bother you. But boy, December, just something, you're like you have more buttons show up on you. And they're easily pushed, right? They're easily pushed. And I just heard, I'll just throw this out there. I heard a good message the other day about how, you know, in January, what was your resolution? What was your goal? Did you promise yourself, oh, this year, boy, this year is really going to change, right? But then what happens come October or November? Or it kind of like, oh, did I really make that promise to myself? And maybe that I'm not fulfilling that promise and I keep shoving that under the rug. Maybe that's a cause for the stress because I'm really making promises to myself that I'm not keeping. And December's like the obvious time where the light of truth gets shined on us. I don't know. Because you see everybody at parties. How you doing today? Well, I'm doing okay. I'm fine. And so it's kind of like December brings out sometimes the best or the worst in us. So why December now? And so here's what people say. Where's the stress? Well, 50% say there's not enough time, right? Or 56% say it's about money that stresses you out. 48% say it's about family, okay? 25%, no family jokes today. 25% says it's about holidays, activities, and parties, right? And 10% says everything just stresses me out, right? And so if you're like, well, yeah, just realize that you're not alone. You're not alone. And the problem is that the holidays, if it stresses you out, it can make you sick. Can the way you think or worry or feel make you sick? Because your body's listening. Your subconscious doesn't know right from wrong. It just knows what you tell it. So if you think this is going to be a bad day, your body says, okay, let's react like it's a bad day. If you say it's going to be a fun day, your body says, okay, let's react like it's a fun day. It's really your control. It's under your control. So that the nerve system gets freaked out. Your muscles begin to ache. It's hard to breathe. Your blood pressure goes up. Your hormones get out of whack, and your tummy gets unhappy. Does that ever happen more now during this season than other seasons? Yeah, you were fine in November before Thanksgiving, right? And let me just say again, the holidays are basically 3 days, not 3 months. 3, not 4, 3. Thanksgiving Day, Christmas, and New Year's Day, right? And then if the Broncos make the Super Bowl, then Super Bowl Sunday, okay? Yeah, 4 days. But sometimes, not you here, but people will just simply take November and December and January and just like, oh, whatever, you know, whatever. And then we wonder why we feel the way we feel. And so how are your habits affecting your stress? Let's talk about green grass for a second, right? What color should healthy grass be? Green, right? So if I water my grass like I'm supposed to and it's healthy, and then the sun comes out and it's 100 degrees, okay? Will my healthy grass survive the 100-degree weather? Yeah. But if I forget to water my grass, and now what color will it turn? Brown. And now that same stress, that same 100-degree weather comes out, what will that effect be on my brown grass? Can you change the weather?
No.
No. You can't change the weather. You can't change your uncle, your aunt, your mother, your father. You can't change your kids. You can't change. Can you change you? Absolutely. So we could sit here and point fingers at everything else that's wrong in this world and why that stresses you out. But the reality of it is if we get you healthy and get you becoming a champion, then on those 100-degree days or those 100-degree family get-togethers, then you survive and you do okay because you have focused on you becoming green grass. Or in this today, you becoming a champion. You focused on, look, I'm going to become a champion. I'm going to live like a champion. I'm going to think like a champion so that when things happen, I get through. But if you think you expect to hold it together when you're brown grass and your health is suffering, forget it. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. And it wasn't the stress. It wasn't the person. It's you. It's us. And if we don't turn this around, and if we don't think like we're champions and don't begin to make changes, then we go to dead grass. Then we go to dirt. And that's the saddest place to be. So here's the thing. If you don't think you're a champion, if you don't believe you're a champion, then what does your road look like then? More stress? Debilitated chronic disease? Chronic pain? More medication, more surgeries, nursing home. Is that a happy road?
No.
Is that a popular road though? Yeah. And so more of that is not going to make you a champion. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to me. It's our responsibility to be a champion, okay? But it's about how you take care of your grass. So, very good. So, what's happened over the last 30 days to your sleep? Have you gotten more sleep the last 30 days or less sleep? Okay, what's happened to your diet the last 30 days? Have we let it go or have we kept it tight? Because bikini season is not for another 7 months, right? Speedo season isn't for another 6 months. We got a few months, right? What's happened to your consistent exercise program over the last 30 days? Well, how about the amount of you worrying the last 30 days? Gone up or gone down? Yeah. How about your spending? Has it gone up or gone down? Has your income gone up?
No.
But your spending's gone up. Ooh, that can be stressful. That can be stressful. And I don't know, none of you do this, but I do this every January. All right, I'm just going to put away a little bit every month. So when my wife says, okay, it's time to go Christmas shopping, I'll have it all saved ahead of time, right? I'm still trying. I'm still working on that. I'm a little bit better than I used to be, but I always say that stuff. Why do we do that? Why do we think that we can spend 130% of our income in 1 month? This is going to show up, right? How about your number of your adjustments? Now, I'm not pointing any fingers, but I hear this. Well, I've just been busy. I've had company in town. I've had company. So for some reason, when company shows up, we can stop taking care of ourselves. And I always want to say, well, okay, if you're going through chemotherapy and your company showed up, would they say, oh, don't go to chemotherapy today. Stay home and spend time with us? They'd be like, no, you need to go do your chemotherapy. You should never miss a visit, right? Because if you don't, you're going to die. But when company shows up, oh, we just eat whatever, we stop exercising, we get to bed late, but then we figure out why we're so stressed out in the next 30 days. Does that make sense? If we make this just as important as chemotherapy, then you'll never have to have chemotherapy, okay, or heart bypass, right? So how about brushing your spine? What? It's catching on. I hear you guys talking and I love it. Doctor, I haven't brushed my spine like I'm supposed to. Okay, good, you get that. Does the amount of medication you're taking now go up or go down during the last 30 days? And how about your feelings of overwhelmed or stress or not good enough or, wow, they got this, I'm not going to get anything for Christmas or I'm going to get too much or whatever it is. Or I ask for this, but I always get that. I perfectly made the list of what I want and I got this. So again, this is what stresses us out. If you stop doing the good things and start and take more of the bad things, can you see how that would make your grass go from green to brown? And then those 100-degree parties, those 100-degree people, those 100-degree situations, traffic show up, and you're like you're just toast, right? And so keys to busting stress you're going to find to be a champion is controlling what the choices you make. Controlling the power of your nerve system, the food you eat, the exercise you get, and minimizing toxins. When you do this, this has a green grass effect. This is how this is how champions water their grass, if you would. Does that make sense? Are we doing good? Okay, good. So, first key to busting stress is you have to think like the champion you are. Again, everybody put your hand in your heart and say, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Say, I'm a champion. Good. You watching the video, put your hand on your heart. Say, I'm a champion. There, thank you. Okay. Now, I want to give some credit because I didn't think all this up myself. This has become from years of studying champions. But the most recent, I think it's funny. I don't know this man, never met him, but he is, everywhere I go, everywhere I look, he shows up. It's weird. But his name is Lewis Howes. He wrote a book called The School of Greatness. And this is a lot of things that I teach, but a lot of good things. He's interviewed hundreds of successful people and has narrowed this book down to what is the keys to greatness. What do they all have in common that makes them a champion? So I'm going to be teaching a lot out of this. And then I'm like, oh, cool. Then I get my Experience magazine in the mail, and he's on the cover of the magazine. I have these podcasts I listen to. He's on the podcast. I'm like, all right, I'm thick-skulled, but I'm like, okay, God, maybe I should get some of this guy's stuff and read it because it's kind of like keeps showing up in my face. So, but he has a lot of good stuff. I love it when people who are world leaders are teaching the same thing we've been teaching for the last 25 years. I love it when Dr. Perlmutter comes up with grain brain. I'm like, well, duh, that's what we've been teaching. Or wheat belly. I'm like, you know you're getting truth. And other people around the world who don't know you have a common message. So everything that we're talking about today comes from this resource. If you want to get it, I encourage you to get the book and read it and camp out on it. You know, when it comes to reading books, I've changed over the last 25 years. I read less books than I ever have. But I take one book and I chew on it, and I chew on it, and I chew on it. Because in one book and in the Bible, there's enough nuggets for a lifetime, right?
Yep.
But having 30 books that you're going to get to someday doesn't do any good. So I more or less now take one book and just do everything it says, and you'll be a whole lot further ahead than trying to figure out all 40 books say, right? And if you come to these workshops, then I just kind of spoon it into you and say, hey, let's do this together, right? I'm like, this is like the Cliff Note talk, right? Okay, so you don't have time to read this? Fine, just watch the video. It's only 5 hours long. It's okay, all right? So, but the thing is that if you don't believe you're a champion, then a lot of the stuff just doesn't work because then you just keep getting more, because you lose your identity. You forget who you are. Make sense? And so, again, just talked about that. So Lewis Howe, Heidi Watcher in December, this is the version, she wrote the article on him and lots of good stuff. So School of Greatness. So, again, little workbook time now. Not quite on those questions yet. I got a paper cut on my finger. So right now, in your own mind, what do you believe that's holding you back and creating stress? In your own mind. Again, you're not going to answer all these questions right now, but why? What is holding you back from whatever it is you want to do this month or with your life? And what's creating stress? And are there any past experiences that you're holding so tight onto that it's impossible for you to move forward? Because this has everything to do with your eating, your exercising. It has everything to do with it because if we don't fix this, then you're going to, I included, keep self-sabotaging any progress. Because we all know what to do, but why don't we do it? Actions, belief. Actions are stronger than words. If I watch you, I will see what you believe about yourself or believe about something, right? I have a patient comes in, I got shoulder pain. I can fix that. I can help you, but you need to come in every day this week. So I adjust them that day on Monday, and I don't see them for 2 weeks. Well, obviously they didn't believe by coming in here every day was going to fix the problem because their actions are stronger than my words. They didn't believe. So, and I can't make any, I just do what I do. And so again, what is holding you back and creating stress? What are the lies that you're still hanging on to? Because that's why the holidays are stressful. Okay? Lots of memories. I mean, if this is the first year without mom or without dad or auntie, uncle, grandma, and grandpa, it's going to be a hard holiday. Does that mean something's wrong? No, that means you're normal. So don't suck it up and just fake it. Be okay with it. All right? And are there past experiences that we need to forgive and let go of so that we can move on? So we can move on. And that's what we talk about. So again, the best way to let go of our past is to own it. And to say, I take responsibility for the mess. Not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying that you were wrong, but I'm saying that somebody needs to take responsibility for whatever's holding you back and say, you know what, this is my fault, this is my mess. But the good news is then, now as you take responsibility for your past, now you can start moving forward to your future. you can close a chapter on that and just start moving forward. See, what I'm doing right now, I'm getting into the cause of the stress. I'm getting deep, deep, deep of why that even happens. Why do I go good for 20 days or 30 days and then it just kind of falls apart, right? So the thing is that once you realize that you are responsible for your life, nobody else, not your spouse, not your kids, not your parents, whether they're dead or alive, you're the champion. This world is very simple it's very easy to live in this world and not be responsible for yourself. You can click on the TV and watch Alaska Last Frontier for 24/7 and eat Doritos and collect Medicare, Medicaid and never have to do anything with your life, right? But do champions do that? No. So again, responsibility for your past choices. Clean up the mess. Quit carrying it. Put the bag down. It's over. Hit delete. Done. Because now you are a champion. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. So what's the first step? Can you believe in yourself again? Can you believe in you? Do you believe that you will figure it out? You don't know how yet. You don't have to know how. But will you choose to begin to love yourself and be nice to yourself and be kind to yourself? Because if you don't, who else will? You have to start there first. Again, I don't know if this is too heady or not, but this is the cause of sickness and disease in our body. This is what causes us to become brown grass. We shut ourselves down because we forget believing in who we are. We forget believing in who God says we are. And we don't act on that daily. Well, not anymore, because I'm on you. And this is all I'm going to do. For the next 30 years, 100 years I'm here, this is all we're going to do. Right? We're all we're going to do. So, can you believe in yourself? Can you think about the possibility of believing you again? Maybe you've let yourself down. Maybe you're disgusted with yourself. Maybe you're mad at yourself. That's okay. But it's time to begin to heal that now. Okay? And the good news is that how you make brown grass go to green grass has a healing effect on all those emotions. It's all connected. So again, the how to do this will come later. I will coach you. I will help you. But just believe now that it is possible for things to change for the good. I just want you to believe right now that it is very possible for your life to get better, for your health to get better, for your relationships to get better. Health means that things are constantly changing for the good. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So again, here's the cool part. As I teach you and show you how to develop strong habits, those habits are what are going to get you through the storm. So if you're green grass and that 100-degree day comes through, guess what? Your habits have made you healthy and green so that you can get through that day versus it shutting you down for a month. Well, I went to the daycare center today and all those kids sneezed on me. Now I'm sick for 2 weeks. No, that wasn't it. Because if that was the case, then I could sneeze on you and make you healthy. Okay? So, or all the grandkids came over today. That's why I'm sick. No, that's not why. Okay? That's not why. We stressed out. Our immune system got worn down. We were around the kids. We gave lots of love. Got lots of snots and boogers on you. Okay? And still, in spite of that. But here's the thing. We all want to be better what? Now. Microwave it. Fast food it. Drive-through life. Drive-through success. It doesn't happen that way. I try to tell my children this. I'm sorry, but success shows up with a pair of overalls, and it's called hard work. And they get that. They work very hard. They work very hard. And so strong habits get you through strong storms. It's a journey, though. Don't forget, one day, one choice at a time, and we have to have fun with the journey, right? So put your hand over your heart. Say, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. It's time to have fun. It's time to have fun. When's the last time you let yourself have fun? Huh? You know what I'm saying? And if you have fun on a regular basis, bless you. I don't have quite that gift. I'm trying to work on that, right? That's why you had the music playing earlier. It's like, hey, there's fun happening here. You know, just kind of, you start moving and don't realize what's going on, right? And again, and I was the guy growing up that if you told me I couldn't do it, I'll prove you wrong. So a lot of my motivation to be a champion was for the wrong reasons. And you know if your motivations are the wrong reason is that when you have success and you're not satisfied. You win the game, or you do something, you lose the 30 pounds, but you still hate yourself, right? Or you do the vacation and it wasn't enough. Or you made the money and you're still not satisfied. That's because our motivations maybe aren't life-giving. They're not green grass making. So we were going to flip the switch because what's more powerful is, no, I love to do this. I love giving this workshop today. I love inspiring you all to be champions, right? Not if you don't do this, you're going to get fat or die in a nursing home. I mean, I can use that to motivate you, and it will motivate some of you for a certain period of time, but it will not be life-lasting. It will be not life-giving, and it won't create green grass in your life. I mean, that just doesn't work. That just doesn't work. And so love wins, fun wins, and it's time to start when? Right now. Right now, right? Leah, grab the plate of cookies and hand out more cookies, everybody, okay? Start now. And so life on purpose. Let's go even deeper right now. Because this is, I don't know, I just get these things, and I really wanted to share this this is for some of you. Somebody in this room needs to hear this message, right? So, are you living and doing why God put you on this earth today? The key to stress is knowing that your day, whatever it looks like, is out of obedience to whatever God has for you. So I wake up most mornings and say, okay, God, use me today to make this city, to make these people's lives more like heaven, right? Now, if I have a set agenda, what that has to look like, God in his sense of humor makes my day look completely different. So I don't still get, and with working with my kids, it looks really different. So how I thought we were going to pull this off today may not even look close to that. But if I stay in joy and I stay in peace and I stay in love, good things still happen, right? If I say, no, you're doing it wrong, we have to do it this way, but smile. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So your story, and again, please hear me, your story is not over. Today is not the end. Your story is not over. You might have had a horrible first half, like the Green Bay Packers had against Detroit, right? Good metaphor. Everybody saw the game, right? They're losing 20-0, right? But who does Aaron Rodgers think he is? A champion. And he still had 2 more quarters left. So I don't know where he had like 3 minutes left, basically, in a lucky face mask call. You know what we're saying? So, but I really, again, how do we fix the holiday stress? We got to change your thinking. Because we all look at the day the same way. We all look at everything going to TV the same way. But again, if you're waking up every morning doing your best to live out why God put you here, then way to go. And if you think your story's over, then why should you go on a diet? Why should you get adjusted? Why should you exercise? Your life is over. Just wait for the nursing home folks to come pick you up. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be healthy if you think your life is over. It's hard to be consistent. It's hard to be fun. It's hard to do a lot of things if you believe that your life is over, so what's the use, right? If you think the marriage is over, why be nice to them? If you think the kids' relationship is broken, why should I call them, right? It's not going to do any good anyways. And all that creates your holiday stress. And during Christmas, I'm not inviting them over to my house for dinner. Forget that, right? They don't call any other time of the year. Why should I be nice to them on one day of the year? I've heard that in my family a few times. Why? And my dad's right. They don't call me any other time of the year. Oh, come over at Christmas. I thought, Dad. But now I'm like, as I get older, I'm like, I can see that, Dad. Maybe. And sometimes I even say that. Well, I ain't going over. I'm like, oh, that was me. So again, if you're stressed out today, you can blame who you were 90 days ago. Because it's about a 90-day incubation period. So whatever you were thinking, whatever you were doing 90 days ago, here you are today. And there's a, what was that pic? And I don't want to offend anybody, but I laughed really hard when my friend sent me this Facebook picture. And it said, this is kind of maybe off color, but it said, listen, the holidays didn't make you fat. You were fat back in August. And what that means, the point of that, the spiritual meaning behind that is, look, it wasn't December that made you stressed out. You were already on your way back in August. You know what I'm saying? So how you were living in August really dictates how you're doing in December. Is this making any sense? Am I connecting today? Or is this just for me? Because I'm enjoying this talk right now. I'm having fun. I'm preaching myself up to being a champion, okay? So if you can start having fun today and write on your calendar, December, January, February, just write fun. That I'll commit, I don't care what I eat, I don't care if I exercise, I'm just going to choose to have fun every day for the next 90 days, I promise you, you'll be a lot more fun. You'll be a lot more fun to live with. You'll be having more joy. You probably will lose weight because you won't be sabotaging yourself anymore. Does this make sense? Thank you. And I at least are on the same page. Good. And so a life on purpose. Now here. This is going to set someone free. What video are you rolling right now in your head constantly of the person that, not who you are, but who you think you have to be based on what was modeled to you when you were a child? Ooh. Don't be the person that was modeled to you growing up. Be the person you want to become. So I don't know if it's your mother, your father, your best friend. You're trying to meet unmet expectations of whatever they said to you verbally or non-verbally. But are you being the person you want to be, or the person, well, somehow we got this view, well, this is what a mommy looks like, so this is how I have to act. This is what a daddy looks like, model, well, it's functional or dysfunctional, so that's how I have to act. So your whole life is simply a version of what you saw growing up. Does that make sense? Yep. Now, that could be a good thing, but that could be a horrible thing if that's not taking you to become a champion. And that's where you're stuck. And I'll talk more about that in a minute if I'm not making any sense yet. So I think, and again, I'm a Christian, and I know I'm a little crazy wacko, but I want to be the person God says I am. That's the only really consistent thing I have in my life right now. Call it faith. But if I can be who God says I am, then I'm okay if no one else likes me, as long as God likes me, right? And not the person I watched growing up. You have to do this, you have to do that, you have to act this way. In order to be successful, you have to do this, right? Well, I don't know. I'm just going to be the person God says I'm supposed to be, and I'll trust that as I do that, and I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm having fun, that will bring me better results. Peace is a much more effective emotion than anger. Yep. So I have a choice. I'm going to treat you with peace or anger to get my way. I'm probably going to choose peace now because anger hasn't worked the last 20 years. Still not getting my way. Still not any happier, right? Still 20 pounds overweight. So maybe I should just choose something different, right? It's kind of like the opposite effect. Well, I used to do that, and that didn't work, so now I'm just going to do this and just see where it takes me because it can't be any worse than that, okay? So how about this? In your marriage, in your parenting, in your workplace, do you know who you should be to make it work better but just have not decided to become? I know this would be like a 4-hour, this should be like a workshop. I ask one question, go away for an hour, work on it, and come back, right? Just watch the video. And I'll explain why this is. So because again, maybe we make choices for our marriage because we've been modeled how a person should be in a marriage, and we may not do what's right, but we do what we've seen in the past. Okay? Or parenting, or be the best you possible. Like for me, I've watched way too much TV as a kid. And unfortunately, I'm not the dad that says, come on kids, let's go out and play and have fun and spend all day outside. It's much easier for me to say, let's just put on a movie and let's just chill out and let's just do nothing. Play games, okay, maybe. So I'm not that active parent that goes out and, I look on Facebook, I go, look at these great parents. Which Facebook is the person's highlight reel, okay? Their life ain't really like that. Trust me, okay? I've learned that. But it's their best picture, not the 40 other ugly ones, okay? So don't be a better version of what you saw growing up. Be the best you possible. And the best way to explain it is with my own life is, I love my dad. My dad's a great man. My dad grew up with alcoholic parents. His dad died when he was 17. Never had any grandfathers to take him fishing. He had to basically raise his mom and his sister by himself. Worked very hard, very stressed, had lots of things that, just dad's dad, right? So when I became a dad, my benchmark was my father. Well, compared to my dad, I'm doing good. Compared to how he treated me, I had this benchmark, this measuring stick. And then one day God said, you're not comparing yourself to him. You should be comparing yourself to me. And I went, okay. I can improve. You know what I mean? So the whole point of this is don't compare yourself, whether you're doing better or worse, to that person in your past that is your benchmark, whether it's your parents, whether it's your teacher, whether it's your sister, your brother. You're always trying to do better than, because that's not helping you. You're thinking about them and they haven't thought about you in 20 years. If it's a friend, you know what I'm saying? You're holding on. You got mad at somebody in 3rd grade and you're still mad about it and they haven't thought about you forever. But you're still carrying it. And it's holding you back from being green grass. I hope this is helping somebody. Okay, good. But the only way I can say it, and again, it's not about me, but I used to look at my father and go, well, compared to him, I love him. I'm not trashing him, but I'm doing better because that's my measuring stick. And God's like, oh, no. I've called you to be a champion. I've called you to do far more greater things. So why don't you get your attention on me and use that as your measuring stick? Then let go of all of those things or measurements or habits or junk that's literally holding you back from maintaining your diet, from getting proper sleep, from keeping yourself healthy. See, we know what to do, but why aren't we doing it? This is why I'm talking about it right now. This is the root of bitterness. This is the root of what holds us back from being champions. Okay? And the nice thing is that what we teach about being healthy goes to work on all those things so that we loosen our grip on the past as we focus on getting healthy today. So yes, doing push-ups and sit-ups and squats helps you overcome your emotional hurts from the past. Isn't that cool? That exercise can be therapeutic. Eating healthy can be therapeutic. Getting adjusted releases all those emotions in your body. It helps you release all that and gets healed from that. So, School of Greatness. Are you living your vision for your life? What is your vision for your life? Do you have a vision for your life? Or you just pray that today is not like yesterday? See, when it becomes a champion, if you're a football player, right? Aaron Rodgers, okay, he has a vision of throwing that touchdown pass. Why? Because he practiced it. So if the opportunity comes, every football team has a vision of winning the Super Bowl. Whether they do it or not, that's their vision, right? So what is your Super Bowl? Is it your kids? Is it your grandkids? Is it your job? Is it something you want to do with your church to achieve in this community? What is your vision, right? All I can share is my vision. I have a vision for my children to grow up, become millionaires, and support their mother and I.
Hold your breath.
But my point is that I have a vision for them, right? And that vision is in line with what God wants for them. I have a vision for creating a center for creating champions. And I've had it for 23 years in North Glen, God bless it, of all places, North Glen, right? I mean, when you first walked in here in 1992, there was bushes up this place. I'm like, are you kidding me? There's a lot more prettier places to be, but God says, no, I want you in North Glen. And 23 years later, we are still here pouring out life because you people, I'm in love with you. You all matter. There's no other place I'd rather be than right here. So my vision is not just this. My vision over the next 30 days is going to start coming to fruit where we're going to knock this wall down, create a place that has 2 bathrooms. Can I get an amen on 2 bathrooms? Amen. Just 2 bathrooms. I forget what the rent costs. We're going to have 2 bathrooms, right? No more potty dances over there while I'm trying to adjust. But we're going to create a center that when you walk in, you're like, oh, I just want to sit here for an hour and just chill out because the atmosphere is so much fun. You know? That's what it's going to be. Am I going to put a bunch of walls up? No, it's going to be all open and pretty and fun and a good time. And we're going to have more space for lectures, more space for working out, more space for getting you through adjusted. And when we get so crazy busy, we'll bring in more doctors and stuff. Hopefully May and Luke will get through school enough time and, we'll have fun with that. But that's my vision. I don't know how to explain what your vision is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a farm. Maybe it's traveling. I don't know what it is. But if we don't get you to green grass, that vision's not going to happen. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because some of this is kind of esoteric, kind of, oh yeah, big thinker. No, you have to have a purpose. The Bible says without a vision, people perish. You have to know where you're going today. Okay? I'm going to talk about this in a minute. You won't put up with a lot of crap if you don't know where you're going. It's very hard to stick to a plan if you don't know why you're doing it. Right? Those men and women over in the Middle East, if they didn't believe and have a vision of a free America, why are they over there taking bullets for us? I'm saying they have a vision of protecting America. They're going out and doing things that are unthinkable so that their mothers and fathers and sisters are safe here, right? They have a vision, they have a purpose, they have a passion to even unto death, right? So there's a certain behavior that they take in order to do that. Well, each of you are a soldier in your own little army, in your own little world. You have a mission for your own life. You're just not here to watch cable and eat bonbons. Okay? So again, am I living my vision or am I living someone else's version of my life? And so here's the questions that I want you to. I gave you a worksheet. You're not going to fill this all out right now, and you may not agree or disagree with these questions. That's okay. But if not, then great. Then I've done my job so far. But here's the first set of questions to find out why the holidays are stressful, why you're not losing weight, why you're not sleeping, why you're not feeling good, right? Does this make sense? So, why am I not getting what I want? Whose job is it to make sure you get what you want? Again, put your hand on your heart. I'm a champion. It's my responsibility. It's time to have fun. Good. Why am I unhappy? I don't know. You ever look at a child and like, why are you crying? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. Well, why? I don't know. Well, stop it then. No, I can't. They don't even, but if you don't know why, I can't help you. No one can help you.
My mother used to say,
I'll give you something. Oh, yeah. If you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah. Yeah, my dad too. Yeah. I don't know what book they read that one out of, but it worked, right? Yeah. Why exactly? Yeah. No crying. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Why am I frustrated? Because I'm unhappy. And why am I a victim? I don't know. And again, I live in a weird bubble. It's really hard to ask these questions. So I'm like, get over it. It's fine. I'm a guy, whatever. Rub some dirt on it, But again, if you want to be successful in your diet, if you want to get better sleep, if you want to be better in your relationships, if you want to really have a champion life, we got to deal with this. It's just a waste of money and time if you don't, okay? And not to even give you more bad news, but once you answer these questions and you get on the road a little bit, then a layer of the onion falls off. Then you got to go back because there's a whole list of questions you got to ask yourself again. So once a year, it's really good to ask, okay, is there anything I'm not getting that I want right now? Okay, my life feels like it's stuck. I know there's more that can come out of me, but I'm stuck. So I go back to these questions. Okay, is there something I'm not getting that I want? Is there something that's making me unhappy? Am I frustrated at anything, and do I feel like a victim? Because if everything can be great, right? You've been doing this for 5 years, you're strong, but the way to loosen up more success is going back to these questions and making sure, nope, okay, you're good. You're good, right? It's like, wow, something's not, well, go back to these questions and kind of work through it, right? And am I a victim? You're not. You're a victor, not a victim, right? Yep. And again, am I not getting what I want? I don't know. What does God want for you? Well, I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. Am I unhappy about what? You can choose your happiness, right? And am I frustrated? Well, I have these goals, I have these dreams, and they're not happening fast enough. That's my biggest thing, right? It's not happening fast enough. Some goals have taken 25 years, and I'm just now success. It takes time. That's why you have to have fun on the journey. Driving through Nebraska. Or Kansas. But it's part of the journey if you want to get to Florida, right? So going through Utah, it's pretty, but if you're going to San Diego, it's part of the process, right? Get to Las Vegas on the side anywhere you're going. I'm just saying, learn to enjoy the day and learn to have fun. And then to unlock your vision, there's a whole other set of questions. But you got to fix this first, then go to this. What do I want every single day to look like? Ooh. That's called War Plan. We're going to do more on that in January, where you tell every minute where it's going to be spent before it gets there. Okay? What do I want to create daily? Again, if you don't do this, who's going to do it for you?
Nobody.
You can't hire. Listen, I used to think, I could just hire someone to help me do this. God will not allow it. I have tried. I'm working with my family now. Wasn't my plan, but I'm so blessed for it. Because this is happening because of that. And what do I want to, who do I want to spend my time with? Now be careful. If you're married, stay married. If you have kids, don't get rid of them. Okay? But who do you want, is there somebody in your life that's at 100-degree stress? Is there someone in your life that you're like, I don't have to tolerate this anymore? You're not life-giving to me. And if it's okay, that's okay. Or get so much green grass that now you can be a blessing to them even in their messiness. That's okay too, because you can't change them. All you can do is change you. And as you change you, boy, people just don't have that much of effect on you anymore. Why? Because you're working on you. You've answered these questions. And this is no one else's fault. This is your responsibility. And then every day you're spend the day with you. So I'm not busy. Every day looks like I want to look. Now, it may be crazy to you, but it's pure fun to me. Okay? And what do I want to create daily? Because if you don't create it daily, you're not gonna win the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Well, someday I win the lottery. Then, no. Win the lottery today with your choices. Win the lottery tomorrow with your choices. Choose to be that person today, and things will begin to change as you go on. And then, who do I want to spend my time with? Choose to be around people you love. You don't have to go spend time with those who aren't life-giving to you. Be in good relationships. And if you're a dad, or a mom, and your kids want to date somebody, you're like, hey, do they make you feel like a prince or a princess? No. Then why are you wasting your time? Well, because it's not worth it, right? Does that make sense? And I'm not talking about, hey, Dr. Joe said I can't hang out with you anymore. I'm not talking about that, right? You better shape up or I'm out of here. I'm just saying, you know that person, if there is a person that's so miserable that misery likes company. Well, that's just one less person they're going to have company with, right? As you get yourself healed, get yourself better. So again, we also have to give ourselves permission to say exactly what we want and then go for it, to go after it. The best gift you can give to those you love is a happy, energized, and fully alive you. Let me say that again. Why do you do all of this? It's not for selfish reasons. It's because the happier I am, the more energized I am, then the more fun I am to be married to, most days. The more yesterday I took my girls to see Frozen, right? Because she wanted to go. I'm like, they're never too old, right? To be daddy, right? So we went, right? But the thing is that if I'm tired and because I was up all night stressed out and I was eating too much and blah, blah, then I would let's not even go. It's like I don't even have the energy. I'm overwhelmed. I need to take it. But no. So when you start doing these things for the right reasons, you become a bigger blessing to those around you, not a smaller blessing. Okay? And so again, we are here to help you discover and maximize your dreams. I want you to all leave here with a dream. Whether it's little, whether it's big, I don't know where you're at. But what are your dreams? Now, I can tell you your health will sabotage your dreams. That's why we got to get you healthy, right? But again, holiday stress busters. I'm trying to show you what ruins your holidays or what blesses your holidays. Because when you have yourself together and your act together, you just had this something that no one can ruin, right? Not even the holidays. Not even a Bronco loss. Okay? You really can hold it together. So I want you to hear to help you. Like Wilma Rudolph said, never underestimate the power of dreams. Does this world teach you to stop dreaming or keep dreaming? Does this world teach you to stop, give up on your dreams, or live your dreams? The world wants you to give up, right? You can never do that. You can't do that. I heard that enough. Fine, I'll prove you wrong, right? So never underestimate the power of your dreams and the influence of the human spirit. We are all in the same notion. The potential for greatness lives within each of us. So again, put your hand over your heart. I'm a champion.
I'm a champion.
I'm amazing.
I'm amazing.
Because God says I am. That's it. Not no matter what I say. It's what God says about you. And He has given you plans to do things. And the game is not over. You still have plenty of time left, but we need to get you healthy so that you can do that, right? So, again, what can people do to create miracles in their own lives? The miracle is you getting on fire and having hope in living your dreams. Having fun. Being full of life. That's how this thing begins. If you saw my Thanksgiving Day post, it was People aren't happy and thankful. They become thankful, therefore that makes them happy, right? You have to begin with the thankfulness and the gratitude and that happiness is a side effect of you being thankful. So live in your miracles. When we use all the gifts we have in pursuit of our dreams, here's the cool part. Our family changes. As you get better, the family gets better. How about that? And then your friends get better. And the city you live in gets better because you decided to become a champion, right? You become a champion and everything changes. That's the whole point of it. We want everything else to change and then we'll change. No. You change first. You become a champion first and then everything changes. Greatness is helping the maximum number of people. So don't ever say that we're busy in here because I will roll my eyes and say, no, we're not. Is cancer gone away in the city yet?
No.
Have we stopped school shootings yet?
No.
Have people stopped having heart disease? No. Guess what? Then we're not busy enough. Dr. Joe, you need to knock all these walls down. We'll come in, we'll volunteer, we'll help you see more people, we'll hire more doctors that we like, and we're going to rock this city and rock this country. That's really but because you're living your miracle, you're living your dreams. Not my dreams, your dreams. And so again, you see this picture lots of times. Now, understanding now the vision that we have, now it makes sense that the mission is to change healthcare policy so that we can relieve unnecessary human suffering, disease, and early death through the 5 essentials of maximized living. That's what we're doing to you right now. What's the vision? Well, by 2048, we seek to be an advocate for people against the failures of medical sick care model and the destructive lifestyles that has taken us into crisis. We envision putting the power to be healthy back where? Into your hands of the people, so you can live your dreams. Because which can only be done through a large enough network of people who are living and delivering the 5 essentials so that you can create your own miracles. You can be your own champions. See, it's all kind of like circle of life thing, Simba and Lion King kind of stuff, yeah. And so again, once you know what your vision is, once you know what it's going to take to get there, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to sleep better, whether it's to cook the right kind of snacks instead of just going to wherever and getting whatever the bakery has, right? Is that now you're willing to put up with a lot of crap to make your dreams happen because it's called sacrifice. It's called discipline. Why? Well, I have a dream. And I think if I will apply this to my life today, that will get me to where I want to go. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Well, what's your big why? I want to lose 30 pounds. Why? Well, I don't know. You ain't going to make it. I want to get out of debt. Why? Well, I don't know. I want to make $1 million. Well, what are you going to do with it when you get it? Well, I'm going to keep it all to myself. Well, guess what? Ain't going to happen. But if you can tie into what you're doing and what you want based on what God wants and how it's going to bless you and others, now you've just added jet fuel to your life. You still with me? I only got 4 more hours, okay? I'm kidding. I'm wrapping this up. So now, emotional intelligence. Ooh. Emotional intelligence is knowing that, okay, I'm working on my life. I have a vision. I'm going somewhere with my life. And now I'm going to be using peace and love and joy as my weapon to get there faster than frustration, anger, okay? No one can block your dreams. No one can get in the way of your goals. They may seem like it. I used to get mad because I'm trying to go this way and people are getting in my way. So I'm like, get out of my way. And I take them out. Well, that's not very life-giving and peace, and God will not bless that. So now I have to realize there's nobody in this world that can block God's plans for my life. Yep. Therefore, no one else is a threat, even if they're slower at it than I am. Nobody. My kids aren't, my wife's not, my family's not, my income's not, my checkbook. None of that it's all smoke and mirrors. None of that is an excuse to not create miracles. None of that's an excuse to get better. None of that's an excuse. I don't have any money. I can't get healthy. That's an excuse. Yes, you can. I can't improve my marriage because we don't have, it's all excuses. Yes, you can. You can be a lot kinder and nicer than you are right now. And I'm talking to myself. Okay? It doesn't cost you anything to start being who God created you to be. Therefore, having less stress and having more fun. It doesn't cost anything to have more fun. Put your hand over your heart. Say, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. I'm having fun. Good. Okay. So choose. The whole emotional intelligence thing is not let your emotions control you. Okay? I declare this almost every morning. This is a drama-free zone. You do not tolerate drama. Most days we get our way. It's working really well. And it's up to your own emotions, so choose peace. Even when they deserve it, choose peace. That guy cut you off. They must be going to an emergency. Whatever it is, okay? And so now that you are a champion, now why do you need more sleep? Hello, right? Because without it, you're not going to pull this off. What about your diet? It's got to be good because that way you can pull off what you're trying to pull off. Your big why. You're willing to eat healthy so that you can have that tomorrow. Or you can go on that vacation. You can lose that weight. You can achieve that goal. You can overcome that sickness because now there's a meaning to it, right? So your exercise. Now you're going to start doing something because you know that is going to matter and that's going to sow seeds into your vision, your big why, the goal you have, the reason God has for your life, that exercise, eating, sleeping is a necessary discipline to get there faster, right? To achieve the goal, okay? Worry doesn't have any place anymore. Peace does. God's in control. God's in control of this. He's got your back. There's nothing to worry about. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Right? The girls, you should have saw them singing. I tried to get a video of them. They were all singing the songs, and it was funny, right? But worry is going to sabotage you being a champion. Overspending is going to sabotage your champion ability to pull off your champion lifestyle. As you become a champion, you're going to find out you just need a lot less. You don't need everything anymore. You don't need 47 pairs of shoes. You don't need a new car. You become more content because that doesn't define you anymore. That's not your identity. You are a child of God now. You are going somewhere. You're making a difference to your family and community. So therefore, that's feeding you, and stuff doesn't have to feed you anymore. So that gets rid of the materialism during the holidays, right? My wife's mad at me because I'm like, give me your Christmas list. I'm like, okay, I'll try to think of something, but And my kid's like, I'm like, really? I'm good. I'll think, okay, I could use some new shoes. Okay, fine. But really, there's just not much. Plus, whenever I want something, I just go buy it anyways. It's not like a big deal, But spending really gets fun when you believe in yourself and you're having fun. Does that make sense? Okay? Your adjustments, again, that's what sets you free. When you get adjusted, that has an effect on you physically, emotionally, mentally, and healing takes place. So to let go of the past is by embracing your neurology and getting adjusted. Brushing your spine at home, you can do it every day. Medications block your champion habits. It shuts them down. More medication make you healthier or sicker? Sicker. If you need it, take it. But the more you need, it's probably because you're not having a champion mindset. Therefore, you're dependent on this to fix it versus that. And your peace now, not your worry, your peace. Are you growing your peace by worrying less for the next 30 days matters? That's how we that's how we bust through holiday stress. I wish I could just say, oh, here's some vitamin D. Take 4 a day during December, you'll be fine. It doesn't work that way. Because a lot of you would buy it and you wouldn't take it. You'd sit there, sitting there on the shelf, okay, I'm good. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. So again, sleep, right? How do you sleep? Do you sleep like this or do you sleep like that? Okay? Because again, average person needs 7 to 8 hours a night. If you're not getting that, there's your sign. You're going to have a hard time being a champion if you're not getting enough sleep. You have to rest. Why? Well, because again, 9 signs that you need better sleep. Your blood pressure starts to increase. You're unable to focus or remember. You get frequent colds or coughs. You sleep late on the weekends. Your blood sugar is creeping up. You can't shed those pounds. You can't lose weight. You start hammering the caffeine all day long. You can't stop hitting the snooze alarm. And you're irritable and moody. Well, but don't worry. There's lots of medications you can take for each one of these symptoms. And I'm saying get an extra hour of sleep. Take a nap for Pete's sakes. Sleep fixes this. But now that you're a champion, champions need to rest so you get more done in shorter time because you're a champion. Now sleep becomes your advocate. A nap becomes your advocate. Getting to bed on time becomes your advocate. And the problem, again, man is the only mammal that will willingly delay sleep, says the National Sleep Foundation. I mean, does your dog sleep? And you like your dog, right? Or your cat, right? But we're the only mammal that will give it up. If you're not sleeping, then your body can shut down on you. ADHD, impaired immune system, type 2 diabetes, suppresses your growth, obesity, aches, tremors, heart rate, heart disease, because you choose to not get enough sleep. And again, sleep aids, right? Well, let's just medicate our sleep. Good thing or bad thing? Very bad thing. Just ask Heath Ledger and Michael Jackson. They used medication to try to create green grass over and over and over time, created bad habits, and what happened to their life? Destroyed, right? Destroyed. I mean, how many professional athletes out there, if they are in here, hearing this talk, and getting the same care you're getting right now, will be making millions of dollars more, living out their dreams, Peyton Manning, and having more fun, right? How much fun is he having right now? What's the main problem with his body? His cervical spine. And if he was brushing his spine every day and getting these kind of adjustments and living what we're talking about right now, how many more millions of dollars would he be making, right? He'd be living out his vision better. You're no different. So you have the same opportunity. These guys lost it, and they had the best the world had to offer, but it simply just made more green grass, brown grass, and dirt, and didn't fulfill God's plans for their life. And so, do you sleep with the lights on? Shut them off. Darker the better. Is your bedroom too warm? Mine is not, I guarantee it, right? 70 degrees or less. It's colder the better. Do you eat right before you go to bed? If not, if you do, and you have cereal or ice cream, that sugar is going to keep you awake. Instead, Dr. Joe ice cream or Dr. Joe chia pudding. Do you have the wrong kind of exercise that makes your hormones get out of balance? So that's why I like the Max T3 workouts that we do, because it actually helps you sleep better. All right? And again, what time's your bedtime? 9:30. Not whenever I get done. That's not. You have to discipline yourself to make sure you're getting, okay, I got to get up at 6, then what's 8 hours, 7 hours before that? That's your bedtime. That's your bedtime. Do you stay up too late? Again, put yourself to bed by 9 or 10. Listen, if you go to bed at midnight and get up at 8, that's 8 hours of sleep. If you go to bed at 10 and get up at 6, that's 8 hours of sleep. Your body will be far healthier if you do the 10 to 6 shift, not the midnight to 8 shift. It does matter. It does matter. Okay? So if this is you, as you're falling asleep, it's going to sabotage your sleep. Get the electronics out, get the blue light out, get the white light out, and get to bed. And again, get back on track. Again, how do I become a champion? Make a healthy dinner. Relax with herbal tea. Pack your gym bag for the next day. Pack your day for the next day. Stay organized. Stretch. Brush your spine. Make sleep a priority. Let it go. Let it go. Take electronics out of your room. Relax with a bedtime routine. This is all going to help you become a better champion because you're taking care of your sleep. You're resting. As you become a champion, then your stress goes down. Your wanting to eat healthy food goes up. Making time to exercise goes up. You start liking yourself, so you want to take care of yourself. Making sense still? We good? Okay. Have a healthy late night snack. I just gave you 2 examples of it. Don't forget to hydrate. Water is very, very important. We don't get enough water. Okay? 2 of these a day should be your water intake. Okay? Depends who you are. If you're a kid, then 1. But 2 of these a day. Hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Do what calms you. We had, get with Rachel, get some essential oils. Skip dessert. Again, one of the oils we talked about last time, peace and calming. Love it. Did you guys try the oils? We talked about that. Peace and calming. You smell it. You're like, oh, it smells so good. I'm so calm now. I'm so peaceful. Get back on track. Get back on track. Plan your next day. Pamper yourself. Ladies, pamper yourself. Have fun. Congratulate yourself and laugh. Have fun. Right? Everybody, hand over the heart. I'm having fun. I'm a champion. He's almost done. And you got to change your environment. These are just 3 pictures of bedrooms in our house. Hey, it's my vision. Don't trash my vision. Get your own vision. Which one, Mrs. Arvay? I kind of like that one. No, okay. That one's Leah's. Okay, yeah, she's the princess. There you go. But again, the whole point is that when you go home, look at your house. Is there anything in your kitchen, your pantry, your living room, your bedroom that does not line up with your championship vision? Clear the clutter. Get rid of it. It doesn't belong there anymore. Right? It doesn't belong there anymore. Fruity Pebbles. Right? The wrong kind of ice cream. Oreo cookies does not go with your vision. Right? Once in a while maybe, but not all the time. Okay? And so again, busting stress. Use these essentials to become a champion. Whole person approach. Again, this is from the, it's funny when these magazines talk about how to get healthy. I'm like, oh, this sounds really familiar, right? So in this office, we take a whole person approach. Everything we do to help you get better affects all of you. So, lifestyle factors. So again, try an elimination diet. That's what these books show. We want to get rid of the gluten and the dairy and the corn and the soy, tree nuts and sugar. Why? Because it's interfering with you and making you brown grass, not green grass. And again, that's Bischoff, medical doctor, Tulsa, Oklahoma, said this. Based functional medicine doctor, saying the same thing we teach. One of the most effective clinical tools available is eliminating those ingredients from your diet. So, chocolate chia pudding, right? Woo, do you guys like it? Yeah. Okay. So, coconut milk, chia seeds, 1/2 scoops of the ml protein powder. Done. Mix it up, put it in the refrigerator. Longer in the refrigerator, the thicker it is. Eat it. How much can you have? As much as you want. Make the whole batch for you. Okay? Enjoy it. Eat it. Snickerdoodle. Okay. Pictures. Full fat coconut milk too. Don't skimp. Your brain needs fat. It's okay. Okay. And then snickerdoodles. Look at the ingredients. You can pronounce it. Almond flour, coconut oil, maple syrup, vanilla, baking soda, cinnamon. The reason why it helps make you green grass is because you can pronounce what's in it. You don't need a science experiment to make it, right? And are they good? I haven't even had one yet. You guys got them before I did, right? Okay. But they're good. And Grant does a really good job making them. And Mrs. Arvay helps them too as well. So again, just these two things. So you have a party to go to, whip this up. Whip this up. Make a bunch. Eat it all when you get there. Don't eat anything else anybody else makes because they're not champions. You're the champion, right? But guard what you make because everybody else is going to go, hey, that's really good. And they're going to eat all your healthy stuff before you even get to it, right? So be careful. Yes?
Can you mix snickerdoodles with the pudding?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mix it all up. The question was, can you mix the snickerdoodles in the pudding? Absolutely, of course. It's all going to be mixed in your gut anyways after you eat it, okay?
Can you go back to the elimination diet slide for a minute?
Thank you, yeah. Thank you. I was thinking the same thing. What are tree nuts? Yeah, what are they?
Yeah.
Pine nuts?
Nuts that come on trees.
So you talk almonds?
I'll Google it. I don't know. I didn't make it up. So tree nuts.
Tree nuts, okay. So
I'll get a better definition of what tree nuts are.
get rid of the tree nuts. Certain ones are gone.
Certain ones depends if they're GMO or not. Okay. All right. Move on. Eat a wide variety of plant-based foods. Eat your veggies, legumes, and fruits to minimize inflammation, improve immunity, and support a healthy microbiome. Again, you're eating to be a champion. You're eating for performance, to be healthy. If it shrinks inflammation, you're going to hurt less. Okay? I purposely took someone else's opinion on how to get healthy because I'm showing you it's not just me saying this, right? Again, take quality supplements. Again, I didn't write this. This is all from these experts on functional healing and medicine, what you should do to get healthy, right? So that's why we have whole food nutrition. And again, you should eat. You can't use vitamins to fix sloppy eating, sloppy living, stress, right? You can't use vitamins to fix these questions asked, right? You have to deal with these questions, you have to deal with these issues, you have to fix them in your life. And as you're doing that, then nutrition, the vitamins can help out as far as adding to that, right? So, but 30 to 90% of U.S. adults suffer from one or more nutritional deficiencies. So that's why we have LRQs, we have questionnaires, we do muscle testing to find out where you're deficient at, and then we use things like vitamin D and omegas, 3, 6s, and 9s to help fix your deficiencies. I don't treat high blood pressure with omega-3. Do you need omega-3? Are you deficient in it? Yes. Well, then chances are your blood pressure may be off too. So as I fill up your deficiency, as I get you back to green grass, guess what? All of that heals. Everything heals. So what we measure in this office is, do you have vitamin deficiencies? Do you have blood sugar imbalances? Do you have inflammation, oxidative stress, toxicity, gastrointestinal stress, hormone imbalance, fatty acid imbalance? I look at all these things like I look at an x-ray and see whether they're on or not. Are you making brown grass or green grass? If you are, then we find out how to live as a champion to fix these things so that you get healthy. See how it works? It's a holistic, whole body approach. Whatever I do to you fixes you physically, emotionally, mentally, and personally. You're not just parts, right? We don't just fix the muffler, we fix the whole car. Everything runs better. So, anything today, nutritionally, is 15% off. Take advantage of that. We try to help save you some money. So, move your exercise. Everybody agrees exercise is good for you, right? Well, what kind of exercise? The kind that balances your hormones, that de-stresses your body. And that's what Max T3 is in 6 or 12 minutes a day. If you want to come on Saturdays at 8:30 and work out with us, come work out with us. We have fun. And we even have videos. Okay? Because some of you can put a video in and be consistent and become a champion. Some of you have to go to a group and do like a boot camp workout. That's me, right? I'm just now getting used to working out on my own. It's not easy. I have to really mentally, I can come up with 1,000 excuses not to go down in that basement, right? But I made it fun. So now I go down there and have fun. And again, why? Our kind of exercising balances hormones to make you build muscle and burn fat, not make you build fat and lose muscle. Your heart's a muscle. You need to build that up. So that's why this guy here looks this way, because his good hormones are going up and his bad hormones go down. This guy here, his good hormones go down, his bad hormones go up. And this is called a long duration, low intensity workout, i.e. treadmill for an hour, watching TV. That's going to do more to wreck your hormones and not make you a champion than simply doing push-ups, squats, and sit-ups during a commercial while you're watching TV. High intensity, short duration, okay? And again, everybody's, men, this is your part about testosterone, right? Everything I'm teaching you about being a champion will take care of your testosterone levels, right? So if you're not becoming a champion and you're not living and you're all stressed out, then that will increase your risk for Alzheimer's, constantly fatigued and depressed, increased fat tissue, increased risk of osteoporosis, right? Male parts don't work like they're supposed to. Why? Because your lifestyle is affecting your testosterone. And you just can't go into a shop and get a testosterone shot or testosterone pill and clean up all your sloppy habits. Okay? Versus champion, and the same for women too, you become confident, sharper mind, happy, increased muscle mass, healthy heart, body parts work right, strong bones, plenty of energy. Why? Because you're becoming a champion. So everything gets better. Everything gets better. So again, now toxins. All right? You got to watch out for toxins, medications, antibiotics. All these things are going to sabotage the process. But look at your organic personal care products, or use organic personal products. Don't use toxic herbicides, pesticides on your lawn. If you remodel, use low VOC paint, which we're going to use in here. Don't cook with Teflon or other nonstick pans. Don't microwave plastic. Avoid exposing food to styrofoam and plastic wrap. Why? It has a toxic effect on your body. And one of my favorite quotes are, create a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside. And that's from the Beauty Counter Company. And Audrey Hepburn said, I believe happy girls are the prettiest girls. So that's why Mrs. Arvay is here with her Beauty Counter line, because these are all non-toxic products that we use for shampoos, we use for lotions, because again, I want pretty girls and happy girls in my family. And I want pretty girls and happy girls in my community. I don't want you using products that make you brown grass, that make you stressed out and ruin your holidays. Make you gain weight, make you be not fun to live with, right? Sorry. So, antibiotics, toxic or not toxic? So minimize. Talk to your doctor about a conservative approach and avoid excessive medication use. Don't rush things. I want it now. Drive-through window. Microwave healthcare, right? Fix it now. Well, I look at x-rays, I look at your lifestyle. How long have you been beating yourself up for? 20, 30, 40 years? Well, maybe it's going to take some time to undo that. Maybe we're just going to spend 2016 on you just liking yourself. One thing over the next 12 months might be all you can handle right now. And that's okay, because in 12 months, you'll be more green grass, right? No miracle cures take time. Takes a while to reverse the course. And again, work with what you've got. Again, it's not your genes, right? You are not, maybe you haven't come from the healthiest family in the world. That's okay. You're not a prisoner of your genes, though. You're not a prisoner of your genes. That it's your choice. Everybody say it's my choice. I choose to be a champion. Okay? Because again, this is what the medical doctors say. Again, don't believe me. Believe the medical doctors. I mean, they're the ones sitting right next to God right there, right? So they obviously have the upper hand. Forget all the Olympic champions I've helped and people I've helped and stuff like that, right? People need to understand that their lifestyle choices have a huge role to play when it comes to chronic disease. David Perlmutter, MD. Not Joseph Arvay, DC, last 25 years. But that's okay. That doesn't matter. I actually have more education than medical doctors. I have more schooling than medical doctors. And then when you add my 25 years of experience onto that, watch out. Watch out. Don't mess with me. Okay. Keys to busting stress. Again, be a champion. Is your power on? Again, why am I a chiropractor? Because none of this works unless your nerve system's working. I know people who ate organic and clean, right? They still get cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. I know people who run 25 miles a day, drop dead of a heart attack. But I know people who take care of their nerve system, who aren't going to the hospital, who aren't on medications, who live an amazing life because that's where they start. And so again, do you brush your spine? Every day. If you brush your teeth, brush your spine. Everybody has a spinal toothbrush. If you're a guest, you're like, what is he talking about? Well, all day long, life does this to us. So we have these equipment that we give our patients to do this, so that we can undo this nursing home posture and get back to champion posture, right? And again, sleeping is all about the nerve system. And so when you look at the sleeping parts, they're all surrounded by the vertebrae. And so I want your spine to be like this, nice and curved, so that you can have green grass. But if your posture over years gets like this, because life does this to you, then that's going to affect everything. It's going to shut down your give a darn, and you're not going to feel like being a champion. And then as this continues to rot away from brown grass, then it goes to dead grass, and you see it right on the spine. And they'll say, oh, well, let's just go in and cut that out. Well, if I tear up all the sod, does that make your grass any greener? No. Do you become a better champion then? No. And then as you go into Dirtville, which is nursing homeville, which is chronic medications, 12 medications, chronic disease, it's all right here. And it doesn't have to happen because you believed it, you were told it didn't matter. Give up on your dreams. Don't become a champion. Just stay stressed during the holidays and take Ambien when you can't sleep. And so again, what are signs of your body losing its championship form? In infants, the eyes float in, colic, head tilt, constipation, diarrhea, ear infections. Those means the body is shutting down. With children, bedwetting, growing pains, asthma. And a lot of you are saying, well, I had that as a child. Yeah, so how long has this problem been going on? Why are you stressed out at the holidays? It's because your body is at brown grass, because you've had a lot of issues going on for a long time, and when these 100-degree days happen, it's not your fault. You've been fighting stuff for a long time. You just weren't aware of that, right? And again, every day I wake up with the truth. Every day I wake up that someone within 5 miles of this office is either suffering or has died simply because they did not hear what you're hearing today. They did not know that the answer to their prayers was right down the street. Because it's just a chiropractor's office, right? Well, I'm going to change that. If I do anything before I die, I will change that. That's what God's vision, that's my plan, right? I almost would have an ark and have to capture 2 animals than try to fix healthcare. I think that'd be a lot easier, right? But this girl died from asthma attack. Now, should asthma ever kill anybody? Should anybody ever have to get asthma? No. How long did she have asthma for? Probably a long time. Was she green grass or brown grass? Brown grass. And yet did nothing. No one helped her to get back to green grass. And she dies. And how many times that happened in my neighborhood that I could help, yet I just can't get to them? That's why I need each of you living out your dreams and your goals and saying, whoa, this is how I got there. You need to be getting adjusted. You need to be part of this mission with Dr. Arvay, and that stuff doesn't happen to you or anyone in your family. And it hurts my heart because I have people, my brother-in-law just died of cancer, and I tried to get him in here. I tried to talk to him. They wouldn't listen. That's a different story. They had a chance to choose, and they chose not to, okay? Which is, I think, the first sign of death anyways, as my mind goes, like saying no to what you know you should do, but you're not going to, that, you might as well just close the casket right now. It's just, you know, you die at 50, but they don't bury you to 70, okay? But this should never happen. So teenagers, if they have any of these symptoms, they need to get in here now and get this fixed so they can be champions and not go to school and shoot their friends. Adults, again, as I wrap this up, if you have any of these symptoms, they're going to wear you down. They're going to ruin your holidays. They're going to mess you up. And they don't have to be there. We can fix this here. So, if you're a guest here today, you have a sheet that says, got brown grass, fill it out, turn it into Leah. Leah, wave your hand. And we'll get you plugged in next week to come in and get your spine checked so you can start becoming a champion. Now, if you're a patient here, you're not off the hook. Because some of you have husbands, or you have children, or you have coworkers that are home suffering right now, and it's time to drag them in, bring them in. They'll thank you later. Their first visit's $40, so sign them up, and we'll get them in here. So if number one key to busting stress is your spine and nerve system. If you're green grass, good. If you're brown grass, we can help you. $40 is the first visit, is for your whole family. Only those with spines. I even adjusted a doggy today. Poor guy.
Did you?
He's got a spine. I can do something to help. I don't do it regularly, but I had to help somehow, right? So now you know. How does stress make you gain weight? Okay? Got to deal with those issues, right? Because you're eating to try to comfort those issues. You know ice cream is not good for you at 10 o'clock at night, unless it's your vacation meal, right? Not every night. Once a month, once a week, but not every night, right? Comfort food. What do you need comfort from? From these issues that we haven't dealt with yet. But who's going to deal with them? The person you put your makeup on with in the morning, the person you shave with in the morning. That's who we need to fix first, right? That's why we eat what we eat, or we don't do what we do. We want to hide from the world. We get depressed. It's because we haven't fixed these questions yet. I wasn't just trying to be some, like, this is it. This is it. And I had paid thousands and thousands of dollars because I'm part of my own coaches that coach me to work on that myself. So you're actually saving money by being here, okay? What snacks should you always have on hand? Hey, the chia pudding, it's simple to make. Even I can make it, okay? If I have to. Can you get better? Do you think you could do something tonight to get better sleep? Go to bed on time. 70 degrees. Make it dark in there. And again, you know the signs, and you know if sleep, how important it is. And now you know how to let not stress ruin your holidays, right? Because why? You put your hand over your heart. I'm a champion. Say it. I'm a champion. I'm a champion. I'm having fun. So now, talk about fun. Let's go to Cinzetti's on the 14th. Bring a friend. Bring 3 friends who don't know they're champions yet. Sign them up. The sign-up sheet is up here, and we'll get you signed up before you go. Only available for 60 people, though, okay? Monday, December 14th. If you have somebody who's close to you, but they've forgotten they're a champion, they're suffering, they're a pain to live with or be with, right? They're stressing you out. They're brown grass. Get them to Cinzetti's. It's easy. I don't go to Somewhere Health. I go to Cinzetti's because it's easy to get them there, okay? And then again, what about Christmas toys? So starting on the starting next Monday, we're doing a toy drive. Yeah, next Monday. Sorry, I don't know what day it is. Starting next Monday, we're doing a toy drive. So bring in toys as much as your budget can handle to bless children. We're teaming up with the North Glen Police Department. Toys are going to stay local. And everybody who brings us a toy, I'm going to give them a 10% voucher to go shopping at the pro shop there and get 10% off all your nutrients. Okay? It's just what we do. Why? Because you're a champion. You're blessing others. You want to give back to the community. So we're going to do a toy drive. See how it all works together? It all works together. It all works together. Why? Because I want to put an end to unnecessary suffering in your life. Now we have. Now you know how. And if this happens, what's the result? What's the big why? If each of you get to live your dream, and you reach your dream, Call me crazy, this is what we're going to see. Children at birth get nerve system checked, not when they're 50 years old with back pain. You're going to see parks filled with children, even my children playing. Better test scores, safer schools, because they're healthy. They're living their dreams. Their parents believe in them and say, you can be anything you want to be, versus you're a loser, you're no good, here's some Ritalin, get better grades. People eating real food. Gasp. Reducing or eliminating all toxins. Okay? Champions. Whole different mindset when you want to live as a champion and you want to raise champions. And what would that do then for your future? Less cancer, less heart disease, less diabetes, less Alzheimer's, less crime, love and respect for young and old. Am I right or am I right? Yes or yes? Yes. But this has to happen to you first. I want less cancer, less heart disease, diabetes in you first. So what do? It starts today. Everybody put your hand on your heart. Starts today. It starts today. Starts today. With you living what? Your dreams. We're done. God bless you all. But get some snickerdoodles, have some fun, and we'll see you all next time. Give yourself a hand. Yay for being here.